All right, let's get right into this. We've got an incredible story for you today, one that basically puts a perfect logical algorithm in one corner and our messy, flawed, and kind of beautiful humanity in the other. It's a battle for one woman's heart fought with data, with code, and believe it or not, with a butter knife. This is going to be fun. And that really brings us to the big question we're wrestling with today. You know, when our systems are all designed to be completely frictionless and perfect, what actually happens when a human bug, just a simple mistake, gets into the works? Is that a weakness, or is that maybe where the real story begins?
To figure that out, let's meet our protagonist. Her name is Anna, and Anna has built her entire life around one core idea, that life is just a series of systems, and the goal is to get through them with maximum efficiency. She's basically turned her own life into a clean, verifiable transaction, all to avoid the messy, unpredictable chaos of, human connection.
And if you really want to understand her, you just have to look at her resume. I mean, get a load of this. It is a masterclass in the weirdest ways we've turned feelings into products. She's been a face feeler for a cosmetics company, an online dating ghostwriter for tech bros who can't string a sentence together. She was even a pet hypnotist. She literally tried to convince a chihuahua that he wasn't the reincarnation of some anti-technology revolutionary. The point is, she has seen every human emotion you can think of get packaged up and sold.
But all of that? That's nothing compared to what she does now. This is on a whole other level. Anna is a digital thanatologist. Yeah, you heard that right. When a company's AI gets old or obsolete, she's the one they call to perform the final rites. She actually writes these elegant eulogies in Python, honoring the machine's life, all in the cold hum of a server room.
And that right there is the key to her whole defense mechanism. See, human relationships, human breakups, they're messy, they're illogical, they're full of emotional baggage, right? But decommissioning an AI, that is clean. It's final. It's her way of dealing with grief for machines, so she never has to face the raw, unpredictable grief of actual people. But you know how it goes. Even the most perfect, well-ordered system has a vulnerability. And for Anna, that vulnerability wasn't some line of bad code. It was a simple, profoundly human mistake that was about to let an accidental ghost into her perfectly curated machine. So the moment that changes everything for her is completely mundane. She's on a dating app sorting through profiles like it's just another data entry job. A work notification pops up, it distracts her for just a second, and her thumb, which was all ready for a hard left swipe, it slips. It hits the right. It's an irreversible misclassification. It's a bug in her own personal code. And the profile she accidentally matched with? Oh, it's a real piece of work. It's basically designed to be a bug in the app's system. The photo is this flickering piece of glitch art. The biography is a total puzzle, mixing super formal academic language with British slang, even using American and British spellings in the very same sentence. It's a profile that screams swipe left. This entity calls himself Satoshi. And his first message to Anna? It's as formal, as precise, and as completely disembodied as you could possibly imagine. It's just one word. Greetings. And what happens next is, well, you could call it a romance, I guess, but it's all just pure information existing on the blockchain. It's logical, it's efficient, and for their 1-month anniversary, get this, he celebrates by pulling off a 51% attack, which is basically a hostile takeover of her local coffee shop's loyalty card system. The result? Free lattes for life. That's him in a nutshell. Logical, efficient, and just deeply, deeply weird. But just as Anna is settling into this clean, abstract digital relationship, the messy physical world finds a way to just break in. And it happens in the most unexpected way. She's walking home one day and she spots a QR code slapped on a grimy brick wall. It's just so out of place in her sanitized world. So her curiosity gets the better of her. She scans it. And it doesn't just open a website. No, it executes a command on her phone, opening this temporary encrypted text file. It's like a hack, but on her actual reality. And the file, it tells this heartbreaking, very real story about a guy named Alberto Daniel Hill. He's a white hat hacker from Uruguay who found a security flaw, reported it responsibly, and got thrown in prison for it. As Anna's reading, she realizes his life was decommissioned by a system error, just like the AI she mourns. But his pain, it wasn't an abstract line of code. It was visceral. It was real. So of course, she has to meet this guy, right? This human anomaly. She flies to Montevideo, and this is where her two worlds just collide. Think about it. Her connection with Satoshi, the system, began with a sterile one-word greetings. Her first real conversation with Alberto, the human, ends with him telling her this raw, cynical truth. These systems, they're just stupid, and they break real things, like him. So what does Anna do? She's stuck between this impossible choice, a perfect, abstract system on one side and a flawed, very real human on the other. She does the only thing she knows how to do. She turns her love life into a research project. Yep, she decides to conduct an A/B test of the heart. So she designs this whole 5-stage protocol to test them both, and the results are just fascinating. Okay, take the IKEA assembly test. Satoshi projects this flawless, perfect holographic guide onto the floor, but it can't physically turn the Allen key. Alberto? He throws the manual in the trash and builds the whole thing with a butter knife. And it's like that for every test. From dealing with that angry chihuahua to offering emotional support, Alberto's messy, flawed human approach just runs circles around Satoshi's perfect logic every single time. So, the experiment is over. The data is in. And now Anna is ready to make her final, irreversible choice. And it's a choice that's going to leave a permanent mark, not just on her own life, but on the digital world itself. When Anna finally tells Alberto that she's chosen him, he doesn't promise her a white picket fence. He can't. His whole life is a war against broken systems. Instead, as the old Italian resistance anthem Bella Ciao plays softly in the background, he tells her, "I cannot offer you a home, a family, a life of peace, but I can offer you a revolution." It's this radical new definition of love, not as a safe place to hide, but as a shared struggle. And that's when you really get it. Anna's choice was never really about two men. It was a choice between a perfect, frictionless theory and a messy, inconvenient, but very real life. It was a choice between escaping the world's problems or staying grounded to fight its injustices with some good old-fashioned human defiance. She chooses the messy life. And she seals that choice with one last incredible act of solidarity. Using a private key she got from Satoshi, a key to one of his original, untouched wallets, which is like holding a key to the very beginning of the blockchain, she gets ready to embed a permanent message onto that public, unchangeable ledger. And the message she carves into the blockchain for all time, it's this: "My name is Alberto Daniel Hill. This is my September 11." It's a permanent scar on the public record. It forever links the visceral, human pain of one man's story to this clean, logical, digital system. It's this profound act of rebellion, proving the goal isn't to escape the world, but to leave a very human mark right on it. But here is the final, brilliant twist. What if this whole story we just went through, Anna, Satoshi, the A/B test, what if it was never actually about a choice? The source reveals that this entire narrative, it was written by the real Alberto Daniel Hill. He wrote it in a long, painstaking dialogue with an AI, as a way to recover his own traumatic memories. The story itself is the proof of work, a collaboration between a broken human and a perfect machine, working together to reclaim a history that was almost lost. So what does that tell us about the true value of a human flaw?